Hello and welcome to the Sporting Index Trading Room for another edition of Views from the Trading Floor. My name's Carl Sante, aka The Chief, and I'm here to tell you about another weekend of great sport ahead. Well, this week's been busy on the trading floor here. Champions League, we had Liverpool win 8-0. Wasn't too bad. Normally when it's 8-0 it'd be an absolute calamity for us, but we managed to keep our losses to just under 100,000 in that game, and that included a client winning 61,000, having bought 10,000 supremacy at 1.9. So we're feeling a little bit relieved there. Anyway, the weekend, there's a lot of challenges ahead, starting today on Thursday, where we've got 3 cricket matches today. We had the test match from Brisbane this morning. We've got India-Pakistan, where we've already lost a bundle to a client, and we've also got the South Africa-New Zealand test match, which is looking intriguing, a difficult pitch there. We've got Euro Challenge Cup rugby this evening. You've got UEFA Cup football, where my beloved rubbish team Tottenham are playing this afternoon in Tel Aviv. However, the weekend, football is all about 2 derbies this weekend ready for Sporting Index. You've got first of all, Sunderland-Newcastle at 12:45 on Saturday. North East derbies, they don't come bigger or more passionate than this. Sunderland and Newcastle are the 2 teams at the highest in the decibels league in the Premiership. That's the highest they'll ever go in any league in the Premiership. I'm sorry for you Geordies and Mackhams, but you won't go any higher than that. Interestingly, for those people who are going to buy at 2.6 on total goals, these 2 teams, between them, in 26 games this season, have only kept 3 clean sheets. The market they all talk about, and where we've seen the most business, is bookings, obviously. And we were 44.48, and we've had to move them up to 46.50. No really big buy there, but the trend is lots of buyers, 20s and 30 quids, and even tenors, just moving the price up. And we can just anticipate that the market's going that way, so that's why we've moved the price up. Interestingly though, the referee Atkinson, his average is only 26 this season, so we're praying here that he manages to keep them all under control and not give too many yellow and red cards out. Other big derby this weekend is in Birmingham. This one at 1 o'clock. They obviously trust the people in the Midlands a bit more. Birmingham Villa. That's another market where we've seen a lot of bookings trade. 50-54 we open, it's gone to 52-6. And that is with a referee who can dish out a lot more cards. We've got Bennett. His average this season is 45. It was 38 last season, so for some reason he seems to have become a bit harsher. And there is a history of obviously bad feeling between these 2 teams. I'll tell you one thing though, there hasn't been a red card in this fixture since 2003, when the famous Dian Dublin headbutt incident. So see what happens there. Yet again we'll be praying for not too many bookings. Haven't seen too much trade elsewhere on that. Well, we have seen trade in the Premiership is in our 3 o'clock live game, which we'll be covering. We've got Liverpool against Fulham. We've seen lots of nibblers of Liverpool supremacy at 1.7, and we've moved that up to 1.6, 1.8 correctly. Let's hope Fulham are a bit more brittle than the Turks in midweek. Game where hopefully there won't be too many goals for us is Pompey v City. We started at total goals there, 2.3, 2.5. We've had a 10 grand buy there at 2.5, so we moved it up to 2.6. Interestingly, City, every time they come down south, they seem to get a nosebleed. There were 6 goals when they played at Fulham, and it's 3-3 thriller there. They lost 6-0 to Chelsea. Let's hope that they don't get a nosebleed this weekend for our sakes and not yours, and it could be a nice nil-niller, but we'll see what happens. That's a live game. Anyway, all in all, we're doing 22 live games in running, whether it's from Ireland, Spain, Portugal, France. We're covering 22 live games in running, so please visit our website to see those. Big weekend of rugby union. I, for one, am very pleased to see good rugby union back on our screens. I've been feeling a bit itchy since the Rugby World Cup, and the Heineken Cup is back. That is a great competition. Lots of top players from around the world have now signed. Quite a few South Africans have signed for these top clubs, and it's a very, very strong competition this year. As of yet, we're just going down with our long-term prices, and we haven't got huge views on anything, but where we have seen a tiny bit of business is we've seen people buying the Stade Francais and a bit of Biarritz and a bit of Perpignan. Actually, at these levels, it's such a competitive competition. We haven't gone out with a big view there, but we're happy to lay those front free in the market at these particular levels. We'll be doing 8 live in-running rugby union games this weekend from the Heineken Cup and the European Challenge Cup, so great service from us, and look on the website for those. Rugby League, We haven't gone down with a price yet. We're running scared this week. We really don't know what the price is, and we're waiting for a New Zealand team there. Last week we were trying to get with New Zealand, sadly, with Great Britain. Sadly, that didn't happen. We went very high, much higher than the rest of the industry, but still we saw the business at 12 and 13 and got carried out a bit there. So this week, a very tricky price. New Zealand didn't really turn up last week, and even I was surprised. It had a big bet on Great Britain, how easily they won. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. For the purists on Friday night, we'll be covering USA-Samoa rugby league game. I couldn't name you too many players, but Samoa have got quite a few familiar names that you'll have come across, like Nigel Van Ganar and the rest. But to look out for prices on that on Friday night. One of the things, I've had a lot of feedback from clients saying, oh, you know, Chief, we want to really hear your tips. Sadly, I can't give you tips. We're FSA regulated at Sporting Index. I mean, many of you know I love punting. 85% of my punting is spread betting, 15% fixed odds and exchanges, and nothing more than I'd love to have said to you last week, lump on Great Britain or something like that. I don't mind being shot down. I'm quite an opinionated person, but I can't give you tips. I'm sorry about that, but I can tell you that I have backed the Ospreys at 20-1 to win the Heineken Cup. I just think they've got a good team, and that's my own personal opinion. So you could have a bit of fun with that, and if they are there in the final, I can assure you I will be there cheering them on, because I backed them to clear most of my mortgage. Anyway, there's some great racing this weekend, the last weekend of the flat. There's the LPGA Golf Tour Championship, lots of good NFL. So wherever you are, I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope you punt the Sporting Index.